Circles in the Sky by Karl James Mountford. Once upon a time, there was the simple understanding that to sing at dawn and to sing at dusk was to heal the world through joy. The birds still remember what we have forgotten, that the world is meant to be celebrated. Terry Tempest Williams. Fox ignored the bright light from the big circle in the sky and nestled down in his den after a night of hunting. He couldn't settle, though, because of the loud chorus of noise outside. It was those birds singing for all to hear. But this song was not like their usual song. It was neither happy nor sad. It was different. Fox tramped out of his den and followed the strange morning song. He traveled across the rushing river, past the forgotten house, and through the woods, which had more stumps than tall tree trunks. Before Fox knew it, the day had become a lot older, when suddenly the song ended and Fox came to a halt. The bird song had led him to a place where all kinds of flowers grew. Fox couldn't remember having been to a place like this before. Distracted by his surroundings, Fox almost didn't notice the huddle of birds until they burst into flight, as birds often do. And there in the clearing was something small, something still, perhaps forgotten. It was just a bird. Fox moved closer and closer, but bird didn't move. Not a little, not a bit. Fox tried scaring bird, but bird didn't frighten. He found a worm for bird to eat, but bird didn't bite. Fox tried singing, but bird didn't join in. Nothing seemed to work. Nothing seemed to help. Fox couldn't understand why. What could he do for the broken bird? Unbeknownst to Fox, a lofty moth had been watching for some time. Moth was curious about the odd fox. Bird doesn't need fixing, Fox. Bird just isn't here anymore, said Moth kindly. What do you mean, Moth? Bird's right here, all bird-shaped, Fox gestured. Well, sometimes there can be a different kind of here. Bird's not here anymore in the way you and I are. You make no sense, Moth. Oh, said Moth, shrinking back. Neither creature spoke for a little while. They just sat in the quiet with the bird. Moth was the first to break the silence. She flew up in the sky and around the circle in the sky, calling, "Do you know what this is?" "The circle in the sky," Fox said grumpily. "It's called the sun," continued Moth. "When the sun goes down and the moon rises, the sun isn't here anymore. But because the sun is so bright, her light, even on the darkest of nights and no matter how far away, is reflected in the moon. So even if the moon can't see or be with the sun, he never forgets that she was once here." "But the sun rises again in the morning, Moth. Are you saying bird will be back tomorrow?" Fox said hopefully. "No, Fox, bird is not a sun or a moon. It's just," but before Moth could finish her sentence, Fox howled, "You're still not making sense. Stop talking about moons and suns. Just tell me the truth. If bird is not here, where is bird?" I was trying to be kind, said Moth. Sad things are hard to hear. They're pretty hard to say, too. They should be told in little pieces. Bird isn't here anymore because Bird is dead. Fox didn't know that word well, but he felt it. He tried to hold this strange feeling back. It's okay to be sad, comforted Moth. And with that said, a few tears escaped Fox's eyes, and he let them fall. The two creatures sat down in grief for some time. I don't know why I cried. I barely know Bird, said Fox. It's just also so very sad, helped Moth. I think I understand what you were saying earlier, Moth, about the circles in the sky. Even if they can't be together, the moon will always remember the sun. That's what I can do for Bird, right? I can remember him. It's all we can do, Moth reassured Fox. It's nice, Moth, that way of thinking, said Fox. I like to think so, but I'm just a moth. A rabbit or an owl might believe something different. What do we do now, Moth, said Fox. I just can't leave Bird out here all alone. Bird will never be alone. The circles in the sky will watch over him. As for you, it's been quite a day, hasn't it? Perhaps it's time for home, said Moth. Home seems so far away from here, Fox sighed. If you want, I could keep you company on the journey, Moth offered. We just have one last thing to do before we start the long walk back. Fox and Moth separated among the wildflowers and said a last goodbye. They strolled through the cut-down woodland that had space for something new to grow. Past the forgotten house that was probably really loved once, and across the calm river that made soothing sounds. Rather than walk alone, the two creatures had each other for company. And as the dawn began to break, the birds were singing for a brave new day.